Transfer over? That's not the word I'm looking for.
Follow.
Is it transfer? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Transition.
Transvex.
Oh, Vex and Vox. Vex and Vax.
Transition.
From Vox Machina.
Yeah.
Transmission.
Actually, a pretty enjoyable show. I'm all caught up. I liked it.
Oh, the Amazon show? I wouldn't.
I finally now... So there's the characters that Rob Martin said that I reminded him of.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really have a frame of reference for one of them. I was like, I don't know who the fuck Scanlan is.
Mm.
It's their bard that just fucks everything and constantly makes innuendos about opening locks in song.
Right.
Tracks pretty hard. So, I liked it. But yeah, we're live. In every way.
All right. True believers. New believers, in case you're new to the show.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Professional Casual Network presents... Wait, did I roll a wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Your what would probably be, as of this recording, 9th favorite MCP.
We're the #1 second-rate MCP show.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Verified.
But everybody else, way better than us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
go watch all their stuff first, and then you're going to come hang out with your side chick. We'll take your 9th sloppies. We don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Worth it.
We know you still care. This is a much different feel than last week's episode.
Yeah, that's actually that's super accurate.
That's super fair. Of course, I'm the guy who now sits in this chair. I'm Chuck, and I am joined once again by the CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Supreme Ruler, and Reptilian Overlord of the Professional Casual Network, Zeti. Oui.
Like I
Friends.
French.
A bibliothèque.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Omelette du fromage.
I'm not really sure why I sounded like Zangief there at the end, but I went with it. You know what I mean?
Everybody loves Zangief.
Zangief #1, muscle spirit. And Dan's here as well, the regurgitating encyclopedia of MCP and comic book knowledge for the Professional Casual Network. Of course, right off the bat,
Hi.
if you'd like to support our show non-monetarily, go ahead and give us a like, give us a subscribe, head over to professionalcasual.com, check out the schedule for this week of all the other amazing shows that we do here at the Professional Casual Network. And of course, head over to twitch.tv/professionalcasual. Give us a little sub on the Twitchy. Give us a little follow on the Twitchy. Maybe give us a sub on the Twitchy too. Whatever you want. You know? We're not your mom.
I like subs. Not really.
I love subs.
Yeah, you're not a sub guy.
I'm not really
I
a
don't
sub guy.
Yeah, you don't like a lot of stuff.
No, so
Subs
like,
are
don't like
built to
food?
hold stuff.
I don't like paying $10 for $1.50 sandwich.
It's a big sandwich.
No.
Could be better.
His specifically is $1.50 because all he gets is meat and maybe some cheese on dry bread.
No, I
fair,
would
yeah.
say those are the most expensive
Absolutely.
parts of it. They'll throw onions and tomato and lettuce on there like all day at no cost. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's what you're paying for the whole sandwich.
I get that.
But you don't get the most expensive part, which is the mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, mayonnaise is shockingly going up in price. No.
Also, talking about Zangief a minute ago reminded me, I have a Zangief action figure that needs to go on the shelf behind Tim. I gotta find it. He's got really big hands.
That tracks. you need good grip strength.
I think it came with a blue Dalsim, like the alternate color for him. It's weird.
Dalsim uses yoga.
Yoga fire!
He's a big dude.
Greek yogurt helps if you have fire in your throat.
That's true. Also, bananas.
Hmm.
Will help a sore throat.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Potassium.
I recommend eating them sideways like a piece of corn.
I don't.
With the peel still on, right?
No, I took the peel off. I'm not that much of a psychopath. Tim!
Uh-huh.
Now that all of our viewers have tapped out, what are we doing today?
So we actually got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah. And our listeners over at the podcast, of course, on all podcasting platforms. Wait, Did I Roll Well comes out every Tuesday.
Mhm.
I feel like we don't talk about that enough.
That's super fair.
Probably.
So this week we're talking about Shadowlands Daredevil. We're talking about the
So
Pan Ninjas. We're talking about the Wolverettes new tactics cards, X-23 and Honey Badger. We got some Jonathan action. We have some updated affiliation lists. Dan and I played a game this past Monday on twitch.tv/professional casual network. There's kind of a whole lot.
There's a lot going on this week.
A lot going on this week.
Makes up for the lack of news last week.
Well, right. That's why we, did what we did.
We did do what we did last week.
That's 100% true.
I'm actually kind of proud of that. I just got finished listening to that episode.
I thought it was really
yeah,
good.
I think
too.
we did a really good job on that episode.
Right, great
Agreed.
jumping on point for new people, and it was our mid half centennial episode 51.
Oh,
So
really?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for just about a year.
Yeah, a year like
This
this week.
episode is a year.
This week is a year.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's wild.
It is.
Well, it wasn't weekly at first, though, was it?
It was
Yeah.
always weekly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Always right here
I
on
feel
the
like it changed
YouTubes as well.
format in the very beginning.
So so
we didn't do it live
when,
right away.
when
right?
Chuck first came up with the premise, it was a Patreon only kind of vlog style show,
Right.
and then I stole it.
Well, then we were like, we have way too much fun with this. We need to do this weekly. This is the best.
Yeah.
Next to playing the game.
Right.
Sometimes more fun than
Well,
playing the game.
what had happened was then Tim actually wanted to get views, so we made it more of a topical show based on weekly to week. Shout out to Ravensguard. Let's talk about some stuff, Tim.
Yeah.
And Dan, I
Stuff and
guess.
things.
You're here.
I am
Cool.
here. I read the card. I could talk about it some.
Yeah, I am.
But what
hyped.
about hobby thoughts? What did,
Oh,
what
we
did we
can
do
start
this
with that.
week?
Oh, we're doing that. I don't know. What have I done? I finished a Falcon.
Oh,
Captain America, Sam Wilson.
gotcha.
Yep.
A Falcon.
Yeah, I got a Falcon done.
Sweet.
Oh, we
Yep.
could talk about him today. He got FAQ'd very slightly.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't actually
It's
read.
just
I
a
didn't get that far to the road. There was a bunch of stuff that came out today.
It was a lot, yeah. It was like,
Yeah, affiliation updates and
They might have
apparently
changed
FAQs.
some base sizing rules too, but I didn't read those.
I didn't look at that. I'd assume it was just to include the new models.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
I didn't actually look at it because they're not going to change the base size of somebody that's already out. I don't think.
I don't even know how to put models on bases.
That's
Personally,
true.
So
I actually did some hobbies since last time. I finished Hulkman, Ironbuster, and Baby Iron Man.
Oh,
as
that's
I like
true.
to call them. And then I was gonna use them, and Tim was like, "No, I'm using Hulkbuster again." And I said, "Okay."
That's actually what happened. Yep.
Literally what happened in the group chat.
Uh-huh.
But I finally got them done, so I can finally get them on the table and Meteor punch something to death.
It's so
Because it's so
fun.
good.
Oh, the other hobby thing, not MCP related, over at our Discord, over at patreon.com/professionalcasual.
Yeah.
In our yearly hobby accountability group, I guess what you want to call it. Like channel that we have over there, I kind of issued a challenge for February of everybody trying to do a like try hard mode miniature. Those who wanted to get in on it. I started and put 2.5 hours into my first miniature already.
What
Wow.
miniature is it?
The Crew Bounty Hunter.
Or Proc or something like that.
Yeah, he's the Crute guy from the Black Fortress box set.
Okay.
Somehow I obtained a bunch of them, but I don't actually have the game.
Yeah.
But somebody was like, "I have these," and I was like, "That's cool." So I took them.
I will say I
love
saw
fruit.
your TikTok today
Uh-huh.
of some of the painting stuff that you had done, and I thought your delivery and the humor of it was actually like really good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
thought
was
it
actually
clever.
Actually good.
I was really impressed with
Yeah.
it personally.
That was really funny.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody except for you and I got the joke.
Yeah, probably fair.
Yeah, probably
Haven't
people will just
seen it
think I'm
yet.
really dumb, but I really appreciated the humor, and I really appreciated that you appreciated it.
Dude, was literally sitting there being like, wow, he put a lot of effort into this. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'll have to find that one. I haven't
It's good.
been on TikTok yet
Pretty
today.
good.
I did really like that idea that the challenge you posed in the Discord and people are jumping on it. That might be the most popular channel other than like general chat. 'Cause
Oh, I don't
people
go in general chat. I don't
Love
dare to.
sharing their models. Love boosting up other people when
Yeah.
they do share their models. It's a
Yep.
great place.
I like it because it never feels like a competition in there.
No.
And like
definitely not.
and I think that's what the best thing about that particular channel when it comes to like a painting related channel is that
Yeah.
it's not a competition. It's them boys and girls supporting them boys and girls and gender resistors. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Right, because then
So-
only sure thing would be posting in there anyway, because he's clearly the best of all of us.
He's very good.
He's very good. He's ridiculously talented.
Mhm.
Yes. But so is
We got a
everybody
lot
else.
we got a lot of talent on that.
Well,
Yeah.
Between Pony Danza, Sure Thing,
Yeah.
Will, I mean,
Chuck.
Quinn.
Chuck,
Quinn's been pumping out a
Quinn.
bunch of stuff too, and I think
Tom.
it's really cool because
Tom.
you get to see the difference in everybody's skill level of like how good they are. Because
Yes.
while Sure Thing is amazing, he's very talented. Pony Danza smokes him when it comes to speed. You know
my
what I mean?
gosh, he's pumping out new models like every day.
He painted an entire like Cities of Sigmar army in under a month. You know what I mean? Like that dude was like cranking stuff out. So like it's really cool to see everybody's like abilities and different styles and stuff. So.
Oh, and Kit
So many
Smasher, too.
goblins.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How
Will,
many-
I fucking
can't forget
love
him.
Will's so good.
The thing that I love about Pony Danza and his speed is he knows he has kind of a time limit
Yeah.
when he goes on the date with that girl that we set him up with on the Discord. So it's more of a bucket list.
Potentially RIP to Pony
trouble.
Danza. Please
Yeah.
let us know you're still alive. Thank
Yeah,
you.
right?
Please give us a voicemail
Yeah.
at 603-803-3235.
You have to sing it.
603.
This is
803
serious.
no,
His
803.
life is in danger.
You
Dude.
still have to sing it. You told me.
Oh, that's true.
What is it?
603-803-3235.
See, I don't like how you do it.
Oh,
Different.
603-803-3235.
yeah.
I like that one better.
Every
'Cause
show
I
does
came
it a different way. You know?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's a remix.
Yeah.
All right, so we
Hot
got
and
some
fresh
stuff.
from the kitchen, you know.
Right. Hot and sweet like a Rice Krispie treat, if you will.
You know what I really want in this world? As some people to leave us some voicemails at 603-803-3235.
Boom. All right, good lord, people have already. There's no activity. Well, let's talk about some. Shadowlands Daredevil, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely. So
New hotness.
from the top, let's have this drop. So new Shadowlands Daredevil, 6 stamina, medium movement, size 2, 4 threat. Nothing breaking the mold there really, outside of he's long movement, right, on his other
Yes.
model.
Well, and he's 1 point stamina point higher.
Yeah.
Yep.
4-3-3 for defenses, very solid.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were bummed out that he got moved down to a medium movement over a long movement, but there's reasons why,
Correct.
like coming up, because he would be stupid broken if he still had a long movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
So his builder is coordinated strike, range 2, strength 5, 0 power, gains power equal to the damage dealt. But the big super important thing is after this attack is resolved, if there is not an allied hand ninja's character in play, place it in play within range 1 of this character with an activated token. It is part of your squad.
Yes.
So
Super good.
super good. Effectively a builder that's going to end up being 2 attacks.
Right. I was going to say we probably should mention right away that while they get an activated token, those ninjas get to attack immediately.
Actually, let's just jump right over to that, it's just so we know for frame of reference. So when the hand ninjas come and play, they are 2 stamina, medium movement, size 2, 1/1/2 for defenses. When they come into play, when this character is placed onto the battlefield as a result of a coordinated strike or ancient throwing blades special rules, it may immediately make an attack. So we know that these will most likely also be summoned by Elektra,
Seems like the
Potentially.
same mechanic.
because I'm going to assume that the ancient throwing blades is probably her way to bring in these folks.
Right.
They have a single attack, which is ninja weapons, range 2, strength 4, bleed on a double wild, which
Yeah, that's
I mean,
tough.
it's a bonus.
Yeah, but they're
attack.
grunts.
Yeah.
You know what I
they're
mean?
kind of a
Like,
free
I'm sorry,
thing,
henchman.
so-
I apologize.
Ah, I thought you turned a corner there
No,
for a second.
yeah, no, I
was really proud.
Sorry,
of
I
you.
was
Yeah, I
listening
was
to some other
shocked.
stuff.
But yeah, it's not going to happen often, but when it does, it'll be like, oh, that's cool.
And when
They
they
got bleed.
when they do not have an activated token on them, or when you got them because you're playing an open play and not by the organized play rules, you can also use an action with them called Ninja Vanish, which is 0 power. As we know, grunts for the most part are not
Henchmen.
able to obtain power. But you can spend an action to move 1 asset or civilian token being held by this character to another allied character within range 3. This allied character is now holding that token. A character cannot hold more tokens than allowed by the crisis due to the superpower. Then this character is KO'd. So
Literally finger gun and moonwalk away.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, except the finger gun is under your chin.
Yeah.
So
Ninja Vanish.
they also have the hand. This character cannot contest secure objective tokens. This character does not have to pay power when interacting with civilian or asset tokens. That part's actually kind of cool. So if they do stick around for a little bit, you go over, you pick something up, you throw it to your friend, you shoot yourself in the face, and you go away. They also have the grunts innate, which just says Elektra and Shadowlands Daredevil.
Henchman.
But
So pretty sweet builder that he just gets to be like, I punch you in the face, and there's 3 more guys around you stabbing you with commas and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
ninjas.
Let's take a moment.
Oh yeah, the ninja face.
Let's compare how these two like henchmen groups work in comparison to Nick Fury.
I don't remember that.
Well, we have the ability to pull up the card if the research team could go ahead and pull up Nick
pretty
Fury's card.
amazing.
So
That'd be cool.
on Nick Fury Jr., it's on his spender. That's kind of the big delineator here. It was 3 power to pull that off.
But he has the ability to call them in. Otherwise, like not on his spender, he can also bring them in.
I can't remember the.
Yeah, I think he has a power
mechanics
that
of it.
costs 2 to do it.
Yeah, call in the cavalry.
Yeah.
If there is not an allied shield agent character in play, you can place it within 3 of this character with an activated token.
I
and
see.
may
He's got-
immediately interact with 1 extract objective token.
2
So-
ways to do it. That's okay.
So they play a little different.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Daredevil can.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. That spender does not bring them in. That spender allows them to do some other things.
Oh,
Nick
okay, so
Fury.
he
Right.
has to spend 2 power to bring him in. Daredevil does it when he attacks.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
I like how different they are already.
I like the variety there. I'm really excited because it says that they will also be summonable from Ancient Throwing Blades, which means, granted, Daredevil's is a melee attack, range 2. I'm assuming Elektra's will be a range 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Having some real potential threat on the board to be summoning in ninjas from half the field away is awesome.
Yeah.
So his next attack is Baton Snare. This is incredibly similar to the regular Daredevil, except for it's the reverse. Similar to his affiliation ability, which we'll go over later. Range 4, Strength 4, 0 power. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit from cover. But instead of the push, which is on the Baton Strike of standard issue Daredevil, this has Pursuit for free, standard, no wild trigger. Before
love
damage is dealt, this character may advance short towards the target.
There's one very strong
it.
distinction difference. The push on Baton Hook
Oh yeah,
is a wild. He automatically gets to advance.
yeah.
I never
Even
get
if
that
he-
push with regular Daredevil.
Even if
And actually,
he
I think
doesn't
I think
do
it's a
any
pull
damage.
even, like it's a push towards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the difference is, instead of pulling the character to you, he gets to advance as if he's jumping at
More
you.
aggressive. I
Yeah.
like it.
Absolutely.
I just
He
like that
play-
it's no wild because I never get that to work with regular Daredevil. So having it just happen before damage is dealt, yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
love it.
And then his spender is Demon's Devastation, no breathing. Range 2, Strength 7, 3 power to pull off. If an allied hand ninja's character is within range 2 of the target character, add 2 dice to the attack roll.
9.
Awesome. 9 for 3 power. With Vanish on a wild, which after this attack is resolved, place this character within range 2.
If you're not rolling a wild on 9 dice, just
And I don't know if they're going to errata this. It's just place this within 2. You could be going away. You
Yeah.
could be going whatever way you want.
Yeah.
And it's not within range 2 of the target.
I
It's
was over
just-
here the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And then kind of the super exciting thing about new Daredevil is the new affiliation leader ability.
Yeah.
Called Shadow War, a new leader now for Criminal Syndicate. Not out of left field necessarily, but we've had extensive talks on the show about other potential affiliation leaders for some of the affiliations. None of us considered Daredevil in the running for
No.
Criminal Syndicate.
But it makes sense.
It does make total
perfect
because for like comic lore,
Yeah.
the whole thing is Daredevil becomes possessed by a demon. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to take over Hell's Kitchen now,
Right.
and just beats the bricks off of Kingpin and takes everything over and runs
Yeah.
the hand.
Which sounds like an awesome story. I need to read it. I
It's
haven't
really,
yet,
it's
but it
really
sounds
good.
Great.
I was a little bummed out about the Ghost Rider story, which is like Ghost Rider showing up and he's like, you have this coming. I've told you that you had this coming. You're gonna get judgment, and I'm gonna beat the bricks off you.
Yeah.
Like he's telling this whole thing as he's driving there. Meanwhile, Daredevil's just like talking a bunch of shit to like Lady Bullseye and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And like they're on the building, like on top of a building, and Ghost Rider just rides up the side of it. He's like,
Yes.
yes, I'm here. And Shadowlands Daredevil just looks up and goes, all right, and just beats the bricks off of him, and it's over. It was super
Of a
bummed.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I was really
Wow.
displeased.
He's strong.
So, a couple weeks ago, we kind of got a little hint. I believe Schick on one of the streams was saying that the new Criminal Syndicate affiliation ability for Shadow War was going to be like the opposite of Miles Morales.
Right.
And we struck it right on the head.
We nailed it.
So when an
One of our guesses.
when an allied character attacks an enemy character holding or contesting an objective, it may re-roll one of its attack dice. The leadership ability can also re-roll failure results or skulls. Awesome. When we
There
talk
is
as
a-
well.
Sorry,
go
there's a
ahead.
very specific distinction here, though. His ability only applies to the Criminal Syndicate attack rolls. So
What do you mean by that?
it has something to do with like Zemo and Daredevil. They were talking about it on House Party Protocol, in that like you can re-roll skulls because of Shadowlands Daredevil, but Zemo's re-roll ability does not allow you to re-roll your skulls.
Yeah, I would assume that would be the case, right?
Right, but there just needs to be a differentiation because there's a common belief that people are going to screw that up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Zemo allows you to do a re-roll.
Yeah.
Right, but you cannot re-roll a skull because of Zemo.
So Shadowlands Daredevil's within range of Zemo for that ability. He
Right.
rolls 2 failures on his attack roll. He could only re-roll one of those because of Shadow War.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Right.
I got what you're
Yep.
saying. So the Zemo re-roll wouldn't apply to that second skull.
Correct.
The failure.
Correct.
Yep. that
Okay.
makes sense.
That's a good clarification.
Yeah.
For realistically.
Yes.
Blech.
Like he can re-roll one of the like if you're going to use one of the like your Shadowlands re-roll, you do it to re-roll your skull.
Right.
Zemo does not allow you to re-roll any other skulls.
Yeah.
Right. But it just because of the way that it's kind of vague, slightly vaguely worded, their House Party Protocol was under the impression that there would be a little bit of confusion.
I can see
Oh,
that.
gotcha. So that last sentence, very specifically, I feel kind of negates any of the confusion. Where this leadership ability,
Right.
kind of making it exclusive to just the reroll from this ability.
But it's tough
And
because
re-roll skull results.
sometimes you might think you might be wholly or entirely
Right.
in that like realm of wording, and you got to be careful because even though they are the same word,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't think they are.
So
I think it's clearer than Miles's leadership
Oh,
ability, where
yeah.
there was a lot of confusion about that, where it sounds like you can just reroll skulls all the time. It's like, no, only with that reroll when you have her controlling an objective.
Right.
But then again, that's what makes us the #1 second-rate podcast.
Yeah.
Is that I feel like all of us just assumed that.
Yeah,
that
we
was
just
the case.
regurgitate other podcasts' information that I slightly understood.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of innates here as well. Radar Sense works just like it does on standard issue vanilla Daredevil. When defending against a physical or energy attack, this character adds blanks in its defense roll to total successes, and stealth, and wall crawler.
He didn't have stealth. Stealth is new.
Oh, Radar Sense works just like the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
But the point is he got stealth now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have original Daredevil doesn't have stealth.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so that was a new add-on. Wall crawler. Radar Sense on 4 physical defense,
Is really nice.
stupid good.
Kind of hot.
Yeah,
actually.
stupid
Real
good.
good.
So can we talk about how much I love this version of Daredevil?
I like it a lot.
I am so excited. I love normal Daredevil like
Yeah,
a lot.
really
Like
good.
he's really good. He's really fun.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of similarities. It still feels like it's Daredevil, but it's playing to the lore and fluff of Shadowlands Daredevil, which is
100%, yep.
I stand here. He's Shredder. Like that's the whole point. Is he stands
Love
there.
it.
He points and he's commanding and things like that. But if you step up to him, he's gonna beat the absolute bricks off you, Brooklyn style. Like that is his whole goddamn
Hell's
plan.
Kitchen style, I think.
Right.
Isn't that no? Yeah. Isn't
I
that
love
imperfect?
how well AMG does this, where
Listen, I
they
don't-
just nail the character, and like you said, it still feels like Daredevil, but different, and he feels like a different character,
Yeah.
but similar enough to Daredevil so far.
He's-
And I love his changes when he's injured.
Yes.
I love it.
So speaking of, on his injured side, he is still Matt Murdock, but he has one more stamina. His
7.
defense has changed as
Yes,
well.
which
He
I think is
loses-
really interesting.
Yeah, he loses a physical defense, gaining a mystic defense.
Is this the first time we're seeing this? I can't think of any other character where they.
That changes, yes.
Green Goblin changes a lot.
Green Goblin changes. I feel like
His stats
Wolverine
change?
does as well.
Yeah, his defenses and everything.
Okay.
There's a handful of them, and it's
Okay.
usually
Not a
around
lot, but
Mystic.
Definitely characters that I don't play then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So as far as I'm aware, there are no other characters where their physical defense lowers.
Sure.
It is just Mystic defense, as far as
But yeah, that's the most common change for whatever reason. But it makes a lot of sense here. I love his injured artwork too, with his like glowy eyes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's got like claws
He hit
now.
up the hookah bar.
I got thrown up on once at a hookah bar. Not fun.
Tracks.
I mean,
In New York City.
that's as far as so. Let's take a real quick break here for a second.
Yeah,
if you were gonna
we're
get
two on topic.
right, if
Yeah.
you're gonna get thrown up on at a hookah bar, it probably should be in New York City. If
I
someone's
mean,
gonna
it
throw
makes
up,
perfect sense.
right, if someone throws up pizza on you, it might as well be some of the best pizza in the world.
It probably was.
Sabaro. So we also
There it
don't
is.
see any changes here on his first two attacks, but his Demon's Devastation changes from physical to mystic. Same power and cost, but
He gains a superpower.
now if an allied character, I think it was the same, it no longer has
Well,
Vanish,
he loses Vanish.
but has the same ability if an allied hand ninja's character is within range 2 of this character. He adds 2 dice to the attack roll. He also gains a new activated power called There Is Only the Beast. 3 power, and the next time the Demon's Devastation attack is used this activation, it becomes area 2.
Oh, A2 strength 9 if the ninjas are there for only 3 power.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be 6 power, really, but he's flipped, so.
Potentially re-rolling skulls as well.
Yeah. With
Pretty nice.
probably a reroll if you're playing it right. Like,
And
that is brutal.
he retains radar sense, stealth, and wall crawler.
I love this character so
I
hard.
like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard choice between him and Kingpin because Kingpin is so good.
So
He's a great leader, but man.
But I love the fact that the hand ninjas effectively can kind of replace his affiliation ability by being able to move objective tokens around
Yes.
between your team.
Yeah, they kind of have that part of his leadership, which
Yeah.
is exactly.
Granted, they die immediately afterwards,
Then
but
you just get them back when you punch somebody again.
right.
They don't help with secures, which Kingpin is super good at, so that makes them feel very different.
But that's the difference, right? Like, depending on if you're playing a high-scoring extraction versus a high-scoring secure, when you're building your roster, you could just go Crime Syndicate across the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like, so, like, let's say you're playing hammers, right? Let's say you're playing hammers without shelters, where you
There.
want to get all over the place. You want to bounce those hammers around.
Yeah.
You're going to want to take Shadowlands Daredevil.
Yeah.
You want a lot of bodies. I mean, look, I think Killmonger is going to see a ton of play now.
Yeah.
I think Crossbones is going to see a ton of play now.
Mm-hmm.
Taskmaster loves Shadow War ability, right? The ability to
Absolutely.
finally get a reroll in there.
Yeah.
Rolls on shield throw.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, come on, bud.
Please.
You know, honestly, I don't know if I feel like I take Sin because she's a 3, and I feel like I'm going to want bodies. Like you kind of
Yeah.
spam Crime Syndicate, which is
Yeah.
a little tough.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
come on.
easier than-
Crossbones. Crossbones is going to love it. Getting a reroll on Haymaker.
Finally.
Yeah.
I just really like how the two leaders, they're both 4 threats, so they're in direct competition there, but they feel so different in that Daredevil is very offensive and Kingpin is much more defensive. Like you want to take the big tank bruisers for him to sit on those secures that count as 2 until they get dazed, which is hard to do with somebody like Lizard. I don't think he's actually Crime Syndicate, but I feel like I always want to include him there anyway.
Yeah.
Or
Kraven
Omega
is.
Red.
Doc Ock.
Kraven is, but Lizard isn't.
That's right. Whereas Daredevil is like, I want to go full attack, go after people holding those objectives, take them from them, hand and just pick them up, throw them to somebody else, disappear to come back later. Like, I love how different they are. And like you said, you could build a whole Crime Syndicate roster and field very different
Oh
squads.
yeah.
Just with I love multiple
Well, and
leaders
it's-
and affiliations.
And it's one. So
Oh, yeah.
and I really like it too because this actually gives a great benefit to Spider Foes as well. Granted, Shadowlands Daredevil wasn't on Spider Foes list, but Crime Syndicate and Spider Foes are a very nice
he might
roster
be,
that
probably
balance
not,
each
but he
other.
could be.
But yeah,
Well, so Crime Syndicate is Kingpin, now Shadowlands Daredevil, Black Cat, Bullseye, Crossbones, Green Goblin, Hood, who I constantly forget's on there. He
Oh, yeah.
probably wouldn't mind a reroll too.
yeah.
forget
And he's a
about Hood.
3 threat. Killmonger, Craven the Hunter, MODOK,
Yep.
Mysterio, who I constantly forget is
Oh
on this.
yeah, he's so
Yeah.
good.
Omega Red.
Love Omega Red. So
Omega Red's really gonna want that reroll.
Yeah.
To guarantee he gets his poison off, right? Because isn't his poison triggered
That's
on
just
a
if
low?
you're near him.
Yeah.
But like he gets
He has
to
something on.
drain energy
I know
type
why.
thing.
Okay. Sin and Taskmaster. So, plus who knows? I'm sure Elektra is also going to get added to Crime Syndicate.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
assume so.
Absolutely.
Bullseye loves the built-in reroll.
I mean, he always does that 1 damage, right?
Listen, you can't stop him. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but if you're looking to get bleed on somebody,
Yeah.
Super helpful.
honestly, I don't know. I kind of like Midnight Suns, Shadowlands Daredevil crossover, like roster building too. I mean, there's not a lot there to play with, but I think Blade kind of digs Shadowlands Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the because there are characters on here that can cause bleed.
Yep.
So him being in there,
The thing that I think is going to
Granted.
be really exciting is, granted, we haven't seen Elektra's card yet, but
Right.
um,
think she's gonna be a 3
Hopefully
or
next
4?
week.
I think she'll be. Unfortunately, I think she'll be a 3. I would really like to see a 4, though. I really want to
She's-
see a badass Elektra.
See, I kind of like to see. I think I'd like to see a 3 very similar to Nebula, but can hold objectives
Yeah,
like
I'd
more-
be okay with that.
and just physical, not energy based attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just a normal person that's just really good at what she does, so I feel like she should be a 3.
She's
but
the best
who
there
knows?
is at what she
She's the
does,
best.
and what she does usually isn't considered particularly nice. But here's what I'm excited for when we see the Elektra card. With the Hand Ninja's ability to effectively off themselves after moving around some objective tokens, I see some incredible play as far as when you're activating Shadowlands Daredevil and then following it up, following activation with Elektra, bringing them back out again,
Yes.
getting another attack in, giving something, grabbing, you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of shenanigans with these particular characters and this affiliation with those hand ninjas, and I am stoked
Oh,
for
man,
it.
I can't wait to be
Kingpin's
so
all
bad at
about
it.
sitting there, attrition,
Yep.
not moving, all that stuff. Shadowlands Daredevil is going to be fast-paced, aggressive, ping-ponging all over the place. Like I am so stoked for this box, and I'm trying not to buy a lot of stuff
Yeah.
right now. Like I don't think I'm getting any of the X-Men stuff coming out. Like this is my focus.
Nice.
Like I'm
Yeah,
really
fair.
hyped about this, and I'm really hyped about Nick Fury too.
I can't wait to see a Shadowlands versus Shadowlands match on the Power Phase with Kingpin versus Daredevil.
Oh,
and
Crime
see
Syndicate
how
versus
well.
Crime Syndicate.
What did I just say? Shadowlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had too much of this drink.
Strigator.
Yes. Crime Syndicate versus Crime Syndicate, and see Kingpin go head to head with Shadowlands
Yeah.
Daredevil. I think that'd be super cool to see
Absolutely.
how well their very different play styles go against each other.
Do you think in that matchup, who do you think wins more
Kingpin.
often? Yeah, I do too. I guess it depends on the crises.
I want to
Yeah.
see Elektra first too, and
Because realistically speaking, so secure wise, if you're playing, what's the one where the token moves back and forth? It's like a,
Oh,
the
research.
Senator.
research.
No.
Research.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Researcher.
That's not Crime Syndicate Kingpin friendly, because it's about sitting on a point, but you have to move with it.
Yeah.
To push it. They don't want to move. They want to sit and save their actions to punch you in the face so they can gain power.
Yeah.
Versus,
That's fair.
I think Shadowlands Daredevil likes it a lot more because they have the mobility to kind of bounce out, punch you, then jump back to make sure they're securing things.
I think the strong suit there is still on Kingpin. I mean, throwing people off into other people and counting as 2, it's still a really strong play there. But I guess maybe a little bit more even keel against.
I find it also interesting that I don't think Kingpin likes. I don't think he likes Shadow War. Ability. Like I don't think he really cares about it,
Yeah.
and he's not fast enough to keep up with everybody else. So maybe but putting him in your backfield is pointless.
Right.
If
It's
he's
a
not,
huge waste.
yeah, if you're not bringing him for his affiliation, then there's no reason to.
Outside of maybe getting some re-rolls on Cane Laser.
Right. My only other.
Hail to the King's automatic. It's not on a wild.
Right.
His
My-
builder is, but I mean they're not particularly. It's one wild on actually a pretty decent amount of dice to get stun and a push.
Right. I guess the only way to fix that is either you bring Lockjaw to slingshot him,
Yeah.
which is not a bad idea, especially for that particular list. I mean, granted, I'll sing the praises of Lockjaw all day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, I think there's always an argument that you can put him in a list, or taking whatever the thing is that makes your next movement along.
Extreme condition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just playing that on Kingpin one turn just to get him upfield.
Yep.
I think is the other option. Because like I mean, Hail to the King. Then that one reroll is pretty.
And it's
good.
pretty inexpensive, a very strong
Yeah.
attack too. So I mean, if every round you're taking a couple hits here and there, really kind of resource controlling how often you're using your Inured to Pain to make sure you have enough power for
Hail to the King.
Yeah.
One move
Yeah,
and a Hail
fair.
to the King each round is devastating.
Yeah.
On-
And I guess
on
like
a move like that.
headbutt if you need that one wild to get stun and
Yeah.
a push off, makes sense.
I don't think we'll see a lot of play with that though. I don't think that'll be the go-to.
Nah.
think,
No, I don't think
I
so
think
either.
you're definitely running bodies with Shadow War.
Seems
Yeah. You're
Agreed.
taking as many threes as you can,
Crime Syndicate finally has a Sam spam leader, effectively.
but it's tough because he's not Sam. He's a 4 threat, not a 3 threat.
Right.
That 1 point threat of difference makes it very hard to start building lists at lower level stuff.
It's a break even now that that Bullseye's 2 instead of 3. It's a wash.
He's been a 2 for months now, though.
Kinda.
Yeah, but like you also have to look at the rest. But your balance is you want a 3 leader with a bunch of 3s and a lot of 2s.
I get that. It's 1 point though. You can still run a bunch of 2s and 3s on Shadow War, and it's still going to be a spam list. You know.
I don't think you can. You have we just went over it. We have Black Cat, who's a 3.
Mhm.
We have
Mysterio,
Crossbones.
Craven, Crossbones, Sin.
Sin's a 4, I thought. Oh no, she's a 3. Taskmaster. So you got Taskmaster, Sin, Mysterio, Craven, Hood.
Hood's 3.
Hood.
Killmonger's 4, right?
Yeah,
Killmonger
okay.
is 4.
and
Most of
Bullseye
Yeah. So
is a
it's
2,
So you only
and
have
Black Cat
like 7 options.
7.
It's a lot. It's 21.
Well,
points.
no, I don't disagree, but I think if you're taking Shadowlands, you want Killmonger every turn. You want Killmonger every game. Killmonger benefits so hard from Shadow War more than he does.
Crime Syndicate.
Crime-
For sure. No,
yeah.
I absolutely agree with you there.
Like I think he benefits way harder from it. But it's also tough because it's like, okay, so that's 8 points sunk right there in 2 characters.
Yeah.
Elektra potentially a 3, maybe a 4. Who knows? Like it's something weird and crazy like that. Maybe they make her just an absolute meat grinder
Yeah.
of a character, or which
think
is my
she'll be-
more fear is a slightly less.
She'll be a range Baron Zemo.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. My worry is that she's going to be really really good, but she's going to be a 4 and not worth it, like how some 4s have been in the past.
Yeah.
And like it's like, wow, she would be super great if she was a 3, but I think they're going to make her a 4.
I legitimately I would not be shocked if she's effectively a 4-point Viper with bleed instead of poison.
I don't want
Probably a reposition, stealth,
Martial artist.
potentially long movement with martial artists or a martial prowess style thing. Maybe adding blanks instead. I mean, I don't think she's going to have anything absolutely insane stellar outside of being able to bring in hand ninjas, because she is in fact a regular person. 3 makes a lot of sense.
I feel a lot of bleed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm really excited for this shake-up to Criminal Syndicate. It's already one of my favorite affiliations.
Oh yeah.
Especially to mix with Spider Foes in a roster, but just this changes things up so much. I'm really excited to see what it does.
Yeah. So we got other stuff though.
Yeah, speaking of Sam, he got a little change, more of a clarification. So his leadership ability, what is it, all new, all different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't work when grunts get KO'd, which, yes,
Makes sense.
please, that's great, perfect. Also, only now triggers when enemy effects KO or daze an ally. So not bleed, not crisis effects, not friendly beams or areas. So I guess people were doing that purposely to daze or KO their own characters, doing that one last damage to take them out.
After they've activated, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Finish them off.
Which I'm so glad they changed. I've never come up against it, but I like the idea of getting rid of that.
I guarantee
little-
you we were
doesn't
too
make
dumb to
sense.
realize that was a thing you probably could do.
Oh, I absolutely was. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
at all.
I never thought of that.
So I like that change to Sam. At first, I thought it was just the clarification that grunts didn't trigger it, but then I was looking at stuff on Facebook and realized, oh, they also changed the only enemy effects, which is huge and makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yep.
Not having it trigger off of a bleed, KO, or daze is a little, but okay.
I mean, just don't get KO'd by bleed. Easy fix.
Oh yeah, obviously.
You know.
But that was the only new thing in the FAQ and errata doc. But we did get updated affiliations.
We did, and a couple of these changes made me really happy.
Yes.
A couple surprised me as well. So, new to Brotherhood of Mutants, we have Colossus, Gambit, and Rogue.
Oh yeah, all of
We were expecting Rogue.
Definitely. Obviously, that's where she started.
Colossus and Gambit, though.
I didn't expect any of these. I didn't realize any of these people were a part of the Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah, Rogue used to bang Magneto hard when she first got introduced. She was also
Hot.
like 80.
What?
Rogue was like old. She was like middle-aged when she was first introduced, and then she was a 16-year-old girl a couple years later.
I feel like you're skewing things a little bit, but
It's a little
she looked old
exaggerated.
because she had the skunk patch. But yeah, she debuted as a member of the Brotherhood and then defected to the X-Men. Colossus was a member of the Acolytes under Magneto. Gambit was the leader of the Marauders to
Yeah.
do the Mutant Massacre, and he was some people were talking in the Discord today about him being Death under Apocalypse, which I mean doesn't really fit Brotherhood, but yeah, he was like a quote bad guy
Yeah.
at
well,
times.
my
So,
my wonder is Apocalypse. Is this,
Is Apocalypse
foreshadowing
going to
coming?
yeah.
would love to
I think
see-
I would not be surprised if.
It's absolutely a big $60 box with a UE in it.
Oh please!
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to be the next Dormammu. He's going to be an 8th threat character.
I'm okay with that.
He's
Yeah.
going to come in. My assumption is he's going to be the second mini extravaganza announcement.
I would love that.
And the summer, like they do one in the summer, right?
I think so.
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
'cause
Mini
they-
Extravaganza was, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
I can't remember. now.
Whenever they announce their big stuff, my assumption is he's going to be the next big announcement, which is
I hope so.
why this kind of now makes sense.
I could see him as a third Brotherhood leader, but like his title is like Horseman of the Apocalypse or something like
Yeah.
that is his leadership. Like just to kind of like we don't need another like X-Men bad guy leadership. I don't like
I don't think so
affiliation
either.
because there's not much to add there except for people that have been Horsemen, which isn't that big of a list. Because as we have right now, it'd be like Gambit and Wolverine, who are both Death.
Rogue was close at one point, wasn't she, in the 92 series?
Wasn't
Not as a Horseman.
wasn't Storm? Storm was a
Yeah, Storm
horseman.
in the movie.
Well, I thought she was for real.
We don't count the movies, the
Why
X-Men
not?
movies, because they're mostly trash.
It had Olivia Munn in it.
Yeah, that was the best part of that movie.
And Stephen Merchant as Caliban.
Caliban was a horseman, same time as Gambit.
Mhm.
And Sunfire, who I would love to see in this game.
I've always had a soft spot for Sunfire.
He's
especially
super
when
cool.
he bought AIM.
Well, I always forget he's super rich.
But two of the big ones for me specifically, I was super underwhelmed and a little annoyed when Magic was first announced, and the only affiliation she appeared on was Convocation. We now have her on Defenders
Cool.
and Uncanny X-Men. In addition, on Uncanny X-Men, we also have Colossus, Gambit, Honey Badger, Rogue, and X-23.
Nice. Just what we want. All of them. Perfect.
And Honey Badger and X-23 on X-Force as well.
In the Discord today, Taylor read the doc wrong and thought that X-23 and Honey Badger were added to Spider Foes. And he was like, yeah, they got boosted up. Oh, no, wait. That's continuing the X-Force list. Never mind.
I think those were the only changes, but listen,
No new Avengers is wild.
no new Avengers. So, honestly, I was a little surprised we didn't see X-23 and Honey Badger on A-Force.
I'm surprised Rogue's not on Avengers. She was a member of the Uncanny Avengers. She was like the leader of the Uncanny Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, Cable was in the Avengers for like a minute.
I am, really kind of surprised that Cable is one of the few that has made it over to the Avengers from the X-Force and X-Men side outside of like Wolverine and Beast,
Yeah.
who have just been on every team forever.
Right, but Rogue was in Avengers longer than Cable, as far as I know. So I was a little surprised she didn't join that list. But like Avengers is so long already, they don't really need.
Well, and
more
it
at
could be
this
it could
point.
be a balance thing. You know what I mean? Like
Sure,
her,
yeah.
Like her character benefiting from like Avengers Assemble or something they might have found just too powerful.
Fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Things like that. I think more often than not, when they want to put every character on everything, right? Like
Right.
that potentially is possible, but they also have to think about game balance. They don't want to break, as we saw. Like that's why we lost drop off. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we also had some new tactics cards for the Wolverettes.
I love this name, the Wolverettes. That I used it when I shared the post to the groups. I don't know what it is. I love that a lot, Wolverettes.
It started out as a typo,
Oh yeah,
and then I was like,
run with it. That's great.
So we have
you know what you're talking about.
we have Jonathan the Unstoppable.
Yes.
Unaffiliated active. Honeybadger may spend 2 power to play this card. Place a Jonathan token within range 1 of this character. While this Jonathan token is in play, it contests objective tokens as if it were an injured allied character.
Okay.
If an enemy character ends a movement within range 1 of this token, remove it from the battlefield.
Oh.
Honeybadgers are notorious for being very skittish and, unaggressive.
Isn't Jonathan a
Wolverines as
Wolverine?
well. Yeah, I think so. During the cleanup, yes, because that's why Squirrel Girl brought it to X23 and Honey Badger. It was because, well, I'm Squirrel Girl. I can talk to squirrels. I have found a Wolverine. The
good.
The Wolverines should probably be able to talk to
The Wolverettes.
the Wolverettes. During the cleanup phase, if an allied Honey Badger is on the battlefield
Squirrel
and
Girl
there's
so hard.
and there is no allied Jonathan token on the battlefield, you may return this card to your available team tactics cards. This card may be played again this game.
You just keep using him. He just keeps popping out there and going. Rah.
So,
You thinking convocation?
then convocation.
Yeah.
Do you think this one card and the fact that Honey Badger is a 2 threat makes her an auto take in almost every list?
Oh my god, it's such a good combo.
I mean, plus she's all over the place, right? She's in X-Force, she's on Uncanny X-Men, she's in whatever other 2. She's in 4. She got added to 4, I think you just said.
No, just
those two.
So is it just 2? Okay.
Yep.
But still, like she's auto takes in her own affiliations for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then you figure out kind of like what other groups benefit that she can benefit from out of affiliation with like point ability wise.
yeah.
But I mean, the fact that this card redoes itself and it comes back, like tactics cards that get to come back to your hand are extremely objectively better.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
super rare.
Yeah, and it super balanced, super smart with the balance, making it that he counts as an injured
I
person,
love that.
which is super smart. So it's
can
like
just
you
leave him on a backline, your home
Yes,
objective, and
that's
ignore it and
exactly
have
what
your
it's there for.
characters leave.
Yep.
It's so good, and then your forces your opponent to take up movement or spend power to have move things like Gamma Leap to get back there just to get rid of the stupid Jonathan token. I love it. It's so, and then he just comes back. He's so good. He's a
And-
cute Wolverine.
We have another infinite feeding into the convocation tactics cards book of Cagliostro,
I love that name.
where you can sack other tactics cards to bring that back. So that respawning every round, assuming Honey Badger is still alive.
And as a 2 threat, she likely won't last every game, but you could, if you play safe with her to help with Jonathan, because she can't hold objectives at all.
And you're not going to keep her on a back line either because you can't contest objectives and
Right,
stuff.
so she's going to
needs-
be aggressive
yeah.
anyway. She got to get in there for ankle biter.
Yes.
And
very
on the
much so.
Discord, was it Kit Smashing? Made an awesome 3D model of Honey Badger.
Right.
He showed the prints he made already. Like, I want one. Kit Smashing. Tell me how to get one. So great. He's got a little mask and like a little Wolverine suit.
which I really like on the card too. You can see that. I love the B aesthetic and putting anything in that B aesthetic. It's not a Wolverine aesthetic. It's a B aesthetic.
Yeah, Wolverines aren't blue and yellow.
Right. Exactly. So the fact that he's in a little bee costume really makes me happy.
It's so great. He's so cute. He's almost as good as Jeff the Shark.
Yeah.
Well, I think Kid Smashing was going to make a model of next just because it's Jeff the Shark and he's adorable.
So the other tactics card that we got was the Wolverines. This is an unaffiliated active. James Logan Howlett and Laura Kinney
interesting.
may spend 3 each to play this card. When James Logan Howlett, which is Sabretooth's brother, and Laura Kinney are within range 2 of each other, they cannot be pushed or thrown by enemy effects. They may re-roll any number of attack dice, and after an attack targeting them is resolved, the attacking character suffers 1 damage if it did not daze or KO the target character. This effect lasts until the end of the round. Expensive? Yes.
2 each. Yeah.
3 each. 6 total power.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was within 2 of each. Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
to potentially do some damage back. I think that this is how you get the Wolverines ignored.
Yeah, you can't throw them because people love to throw Wolverine into other characters when he just does
really
4
do.
damage.
Yep.
At size 2 is pretty sweet. So you can't be thrown or pushed. Huge. Lasts for the round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, they can reroll any number of attack dice. Finally, Wolverine needs those rerolls with his both of them benefit from that hugely to get bleed and pierce on their builder, which is super because they have the same exact builder. Wolverine has 1 more attack dice, I think, because he's more threat.
I think it's the same thing. I think they're both range 2, strength 5.
And they could do damage back if they don't get dazed or KO'd when they get attacked. Like, what? With Wolverine with his 7 health on his healthy side? Like, yeah, hit me, bro. I'm going to stab you back. So I love that idea. It's like, well, I'm not going to bother then. I'll wait till next round. So you get like a free round with him. That's
what I don't like about it, is that it is expensive, and it's more of an aggression play versus a defensive play. You're not re-rolling your defensive dice. This isn't like the back-to-back that Winter Soldier and Captain America have, where they're harder to take down. You need them both next to each other. You then spend a bunch of power, and you hope people then attack them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best card out there.
Yeah.
I will certainly try it, like, right away.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I like it's thematic, the Wolverine standing back-to-back. I like it.
And our constant immediate example, I think, with a lot of tactics cards and abilities like this is like, well, on shelters, super nice.
Yes.
You're standing your ground, you're hunkering down.
Or the research guy moving back and forth. They stand on there like, come on, hit me. You can't push me, you can't throw me. You hit me, you probably take damage.
Mm-hmm.
Demons Downtown likes it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I like it because it's a cool thematic card. Is it the best thing out there, especially in X-Men? No. X-Men have some really great tactics cards.
Yeah.
But you can also use it outside of X-Men, which is dope too. So you use an X-Force.
I love how both of these are unaffiliated.
Yeah.
Perfect. The more unaffiliated, the better.
I completely agree. Here's what you use it with. Face me.
Oh, so they have to. So they
have to
tank
attack
it.
you. You get
man.
You're saving an action by getting them up close because it's range 4 and they move their full movement to you. So getting a long mover, a standard Daredevil, a Black Cat, something along those lines, up in your face and attacking you, which potentially won't be doing very much of anything. Mm-hmm. You're doing damage back, and now you can double attack them. Potentially quadruple attacking them, maybe pouncing into them too. There's a lot there.
And then the other turn, they heal back some of the damage they took because they both have healing factor too.
Yep. Healing factor as well.
He got you there.
Yeah. 2 also and. Ergo.
Actually, they both have healing factor too.
No, Ergo is the young adult fantasy novel about a guy that could talk to dragons.
God, that was so bad.
No, it's the coolers that you buy to put ice in.
Oh yeah, the super insulated. Yep. No, you're right.
I thought it was a movie about Pokemon that played basketball.
That one I don't get.
Sorry, that was a stretch. Like Air Bud and Pokemon Go. Never mind. Moving on.
No, you sit there in your shame.
I tried to make a Tim joke, but I drank this whole can of drink.
This is the first time Dan's had a straw geezer on
Usually that's safe for the actual plays when I'm not GMing.
Yeah.
And I get in trouble. Because I say dumb things.
You didn't get in trouble with me, baby.
Hey!
Anyway.
What are we talking about?
Wolverines. There's 4 of them on the computer screen right now.
There's just 3.
I mean, Honey Badger's a Wolverine. She just doesn't have the name.
Right, Honey Badger's not. Oh, she is on there. Never mind. I
just boom!
Corner. That said, Dan and I played a game this past Monday at twitch.tv/professional casual network every Monday night at 7 p.m. Mm-hmm. I played a list that Chuck came up with.
Yeah.
He messaged me 3 names, and I was like, "What is this?"
Done.
And he's like, "I needed to get this out here so it could be played."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
I believe my exact words were, I messaged you Hulk, She-Hulk, Ironbuster, and you went 4? ? I go, I just need to get this out here before Dan comes up with it.
Oh, that's funny. And I played a list suggested by a viewer, Michael O'Connor.
The Ocons.
Oh. What was your list?
My list was all bald characters. So I played Kingpin. I did Criminal Syndicate. No.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did Criminal Syndicate with Kingpin, Cassandra Nova,
Yep.
because I was going to play her anyway in a different theme list, and then Michael suggested this idea, so I got a lot of shit from Mitch during the game. It really hurt me having Cassandra Nova on the table. Luke Cage, Okoye, and a fifth one.
Nebula.
Nope.
Um,
I switched her out for Okoye because I just used Nebula in my last game.
Ancient One.
Ooh, no, I was going to use Ancient One, but I switched her out. Red Skull. I did
Red Skull.
Cabal, not Criminal Syndicate.
That's right.
I switched her out for Red Skull so I could have an affiliate, an affiliation. And Red Skull didn't do anything. he got punked super fast because we played double spiders for
Yes.
Crises.
Yeah, Spider Infected and Spider Portals.
And the spider portals screwed me over so hard. Like, ruined the game. Not ruined the game, but they lost the game for me. That I don't like that Crisis anymore because it hurts so bad. First activation, Red Skull's like, I'm going to teleport people, I'm going to take this objective, and then I'm going to roll a skull on it. So then Tim placed him 2 up the board, which put him in range of Hulkbuster to just blast the crap out of him. Turn 1 dazed him. Like, what?
Yeah, I was on average fire this past week. Like,
Your rolls were good.
they were adequate. Which
They were just enough most of the time.
With a team that, like, even average rolling really hurts.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and Avengers Assembled on that list is incredible.
Right.
Being able to move up, take objectives in the first round, and have Hulkbuster double attack in the first round. So it's no shock that Red Skull went down when he was taking
Right.
2 strength 6 repulsor blast.
Which you shouldn't have because I didn't put him there. But the game was like, no, he's in the right smack in the middle of the table now. Take those hits, Red Skull.
It was pretty nice.
Ugh, it was so frustrating because that happened
Punching Nazis in the face, baby.
3 times. I rolled a failure on the roll to take the objective. Tim didn't roll it once.
Yeah, he did.
No, you didn't. Was the spider infected? One time I got to move Hulk, but you're just like, I'm gonna game elite back anyway. Who cares? I have tons of power.
That was
I
true.
did. Shining moment. The whole game, I did finally break Hulkbuster into Baby Iron Man when it didn't matter, but it felt good to finally do it.
It was kind of nice too. Okoye, the last living member on the field, running up to She-Hulk, standing next to her, and shooting Hulkbuster to knock him out before getting spacked into the ground.
Yeah, at that point it was total. Like it was like if you don't table me, your dice have completely abandoned you. But I did finally take down Hulkbuster.
Yep.
He was still Baby Iron Man, so it's not like I KO'd him, but we did finally break the big one, which made me real happy.
A server first,
Whew.
which was exciting.
But it was a fun but frustrating game because of those rolls just hurt so bad because there were so many times where I didn't get the objective, I didn't succeed at taking it,
Which
my guy got moved
Which I
into
feel
a terrible
like happened
position.
the last time we played too. You were absolutely assaulted by poor dice rolls on objective taking
It certainly happened before.
when we were playing Convocation and
No breathing.
something else. You had Baron Mordo, I remember. And,
That sounds really familiar. Yeah.
and maybe I was playing Criminal Syndicate with Hood, and you were playing Convocation.
Yeah.
And
I just couldn't get objectives.
Could not get objectives.
Which is super. I get. I don't mind those crises being out there to be something different, where it's not always pay a power to get the point. It just sucks when half the times I roll for it, I don't get it. When every die has a 50% chance of success.
Right. I will say, yeah, those are in fact the odds, 50% on a lot of them. This one specifically, though, you were getting multiple dice.
I had 3 dice on all my characters to take it. Like I should have been getting it, and I just rolled 2 blanks and a skull.
Yeah.
Or one time I rolled 3 blanks and was just like, really? I mean, if that was a Daredevil defense roll, I'd be happy. But come on.
But outside of poor rolls, it was a really fun stream. We had a lot of interaction with Wraith and Mitch,
Yeah.
and a handful of others. There are strong feelings in that chat about Cassandra Nova.
Which I knew going into it, but we hadn't seen her on the channel in a while, so I wanted to give her a chance. And Mitch was he did everything he could to destroy her, other than take away her superpowers.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have any points. He spent them all pretty quick. So he didn't actually spend anything to hurt Cassandra Nova, but he really wanted to.
He did give Hulk power at one point to spend all of his points purposely so he could beat the snot out of
That's
Cassandra
true.
Nova, which he
That's
did
true.
very well.
Yep.
And there were a couple points where I made dumb choices for trying to go for entertainment over winning the game, whereas like I really want to break Hulkbuster. So Cassandra Nova did a couple things and she completely flubbed.
Yeah.
Where she did mental domination and then moved up and did her psionic bolt to Hulkbuster and did 1 damage total. And it was like that's not what I needed at all. And then she just got punked, no problem. So that was frustrating too. But it wasn't the right choice at the time. I know that, but I thought she would do more than 1 damage.
Right. The built to take it on Hulkbuster is incredible.
So good. And the fact that he's size 4, there were a couple times I could have thrown, like Hail to the King now.
Yeah.
In the past, a couple months ago, I would have been throwing him. He would have been dead turns earlier because of Kingpin throwing him and doing some damage. I mean, 1, but still.
The thing I was actually worried about in that matchup, only having 3 models. Originally, you were going to be running a poison list that had, I think, at least 1 more body, and that's what
It was still 5 characters.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you weren't doing Sin as a leader, right? Or you had some bigger.
It was Criminal Syndicate.
Gotcha.
I think. I don't remember now.
I was getting confused with the list that we made last week for the beginner boxes.
Right.
But
yeah, I've done a lot of Criminal Syndicate lately.
I was with 9 objectives on the board. I was a little concerned that only having 3 was going to be a huge detriment. But I got pretty lucky with the rolls. Only got moved a couple times with the spider infected. And
you realized pretty quickly once you picked those up, you weren't going to lose those 3 tokens. Right. And then I only had 2 spider tokens to play with.
Yep.
And it was like, oh shoot, this is not really in my favor.
Right. Poison and stun on Hulkbuster is absolutely what shuts him down. So I was actually very worried Viper was going to be on the field.
I don't want her getting anywhere near Hulkbuster.
So she can get in and out really quickly. That spender has elusive on it. So
true.
Be able to get in, put stun and poison on Hulkbuster, which absolutely shuts down a pretty massive part of his defense, which is that built to take it. That's what I was worried about was going to happen.
I think I did finally stun him at one point with a headbutt from Kingpin, but it was like too little too late.
Yep.
He was already meteor punching once or twice a round.
Love Meteor Punch. It's so good.
So good.
I'm not going to love it when I have to play against it finally. But
yeah, right. I think you're the only one that's used Hulkbuster so far, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, well, he was so quick to get it painted up for himself, so...
Oh, yeah, that time he slapped you and then just painted it in front of you or something? It was very violent.
Listen, I really like Hulkbuster. So...
As you should.
With that said, this next week, are you free Monday?
No.
Okay. We haven't figured out who's playing yet.
It might be Tyler. I'll reach out to him to see if he's off or can make it. Otherwise,
Tim versus somebody.
Tim versus somebody. Maybe we'll finally have Anthony in on it.
What? That would be interesting.
Right? I think so. He's one player I'm always terrified to play against.
My thing with Anthony is you just don't know what's going on behind those eyes.
Oh, no. 0%.
Mainly charts.
He is
usually graphs.
Yeah. Yep. And then he applies it on the battlefield and you're like, what kind of mind comes up with this maneuver? And he just destroys you. And it's like, what happened?
Yep. Usually competitive podcasts are usually what come up with it.
He does consume a lot of that kind of media.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of time while he's working. But yeah, I am terrified to ever play him in this game.
I remember being pretty confident in Shadespire.
Yeah, Warhammer Underworld.
Until I played Anthony. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, from turn 1, I'm done.
It's like you beat me before the game started.
Yeah.
In his deck building in that game was just like, what? You could do all these things in this game? I just play a bunch of goblins and say, I don't know what's happening.
I actually learned a lot from him in that because he made it very clear when we played in that tournament that he was running, and he just spanked us all. Yeah, all these cards that give you an extra attack. I mean, that's like
the way to go.
An extra turn. And I've absolutely applied that in my Marvel Crisis Protocol set. I was like, oh yeah, charge, hit and run. Yeah, they're incredible.
Oh, those are the best abilities out there.
So that's what I lean for.
Yeah, so you're going to play Anthony Monday?
I don't know.
Maybe?
Maybe.
I'd like to see him
I would too.
just mess with you mentally the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just be like, what? The whole time.
This is stupid. Anthony, stop helping. Anthony.
Dumb. Constantly.
But yeah. That's all I have. Make sure to check out professionalcasual.com, all the other podcasts here. We have a bunch of actual plays. We got Elite 8 Showdown. A lot of good stuff.
It's all good stuff,
It's
yeah.
all good stuff.
We wouldn't put it out there if it wasn't good stuff.
I completely agree.
And of course, our affiliate links.
Yeah.
Check out Built Bar. Head over to builtbar.com. Use promo code Professional Casual at checkout.
Save some money.
REPP Sports for some Raise Energy. Get your energy drinks. Get your vegan protein. It's actually really good.
Promo code Professional Casual.
Your
15% off.
Your hydration mix. Your
Hypersleep.
Hypersleep.
Yeah, your entire wardrobe.
I'm pretty much my entire wardrobe.
Actually, you have you're very on brand today.
I am. It's there's only 2 brands that I rep, and it's Rep Sports or the network.
Yeah,
So
it's a nice hat.
thanks.
Yeah,
It's a nice hat.
I found it.
did you?
It's been lost for a while under a pile of laundry.
Right.
Oh, literally. Okay.
Yep.
A lot of off.
I was like,
A lot
oh,
of lost omens.
I found
advertising
I
happening.
found
around
those
it.
omans.
Yeah, I just leave this hat down here. So if I forget a hat, I can just pop this one on and say, hey, listen to the Lost Omens podcast.
That's
it's super
a
fun.
really good idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad that hat is sometimes down here in case someone forgets a hat.
Yep. Has to wear it during recording. I mean, to be fair, I literally made him a hat for other shows that he doesn't like to promote around here.
Right.
Because they are just so off-brand to the rest of the network that he loses the hat.
No, I know right where that hat is.
Oh,
the
you
reason
should-
I wear a hat is because I'm bald and I have a light directly above my head and it makes a bunch of shine.
Right.
So a stark white, tidy whitey white hat somehow makes that worse.
I feel like you've made this argument before, and I feel like it just doesn't hold up.
Look at this, bud.
No, about the hat, not your head. We all
Oh,
know your head's
yeah,
shiny.
we know
the
your
hat.
You have to show off.
Listen,
hat.
Pony Danza has pointed out how shiny your head is.
It's
He
very
loves
shiny.
it, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it is his profile picture on the Discord,
Yeah.
so.
100%.
Do you know how? Do you
And
know
Xbox
how?
Live.
Oh, really? You think you're playing against yourself? Oh, no, that's Pony Danza.
Oh,
Never
who's
mind.
this good looking? Oh, hey.
Very legitimately, I constantly forget that Pony Danza is not you because, like, I see
Yes.
his avatar and it's
Yeah.
you as Cyclops, and then I'm just like, man, Tim's really fucking. Is he not at work right now? Why is he? And then it's like, oh wait, no, that's fucking Pony. And then I look and it's like, oh no, that's you.
It's like, wow, Tim really did a bunch of really cool models
Yeah.
really quickly, it
Yeah.
seems like, too.
What is happening around here?
Nope.
But that's all I got.
Like,
all I got.
subscribe, all that
At
good
the
stuff.
Top of the show, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just reminding them.
Do it again. Do it a second time. Do it with feeling. Make extra accounts.
Yeah.
What we want you to do is, if you're listening to the podcast version, is leave a 5-star review on Spotify. Apparently, Spotify you can leave 5-star reviews now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's news to
Really?
me.
Yeah, I just found that out. You can leave a 5-star review. Then what I want you to do, are you listening?
I am. Are you?
Go to every other MCP podcast. Leave them a 5-star review for our show. Because here's the thing. Nobody's stupid enough to delete a 5-star review. Ever. It will so screw their algorithm up. But the fact that you took the time to promote our show is just fantastic. So let them have. We don't care about the algorithms. Listen, we know that we're your side chick. We're the best kept secret here. You know what I mean? So go give them a 5-star review, but leave a review for our show on their show.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah.
never delete it. It will never happen because nobody will ever delete a 5-star review.
Right.
It's
Why
too
would you?
important to the algorithm.
Mhm.
It's the nicest selfless good deed we could do.
JB in the chat just asked why he can't watch this at 2 times speed. Because it's live, JB.
I love JB so much. He's the best.
Oh, I love that man.
With that
So
being
glad I
said,
found him.
true believers, new believers. Are we out of here?
Yeah, we had a new believer, Joe Levine.
What
in the
up,
chat?
Joe
Who's that?
Levine?
It's nice to see you, Joe. Levine?
Seems like a
Joe.
nice guy.
Yeah,
He's the nicest guy.
I think so. All right, bye.
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 Listeners are the nicest guys and gals.
And theys.